For ACUsports.com, Zach Carlisle, joined by head coach Julie Goodenough, as the ACU women are off to a 1-0 start in Southland Conference play after defeating New Orleans last night, 76-62 the final here in Abilene. Well, Coach, hey, you're 1-0. That's what you wanted to be after last night, 1-0 after beating New Orleans. How does it feel to have the first Southland Conference game under your belt and to have the victory?
Yeah, so we're really excited about being 1-0 for sure to start off with a win. We were grateful that we played our first game at home. Being able to play in Moody makes a huge difference. I think we have a huge home court advantage. This is so new to us. We have not ever started conference play before Christmas. And so I kind of felt like through the course of the game last night, you could actually see like the load of the semester on the backs of our players. Like they weren't quite as sharp. I told several people after the game it was kind of messy. You know, we just weren't as sharp with passes, with defensive rotations and things like that. But it's our first experience with this. You know, normally you go home for Christmas break and then everyone's excited to come back because conference is about to start. And here it is already upon us.
Yeah, and New Orleans tends to do this to you, though, too. They play those low-scoring games. It happened a year ago as well in New Orleans, but your teammate was able to come back, fight through it, and make some big shots. So how impressed were you with the way they persevered throughout the game?
You know, we need to just mentally be prepared for a battle every night, regardless of who we're playing. We have really good coaches in the Southland Conference, and they're going to make sure their teams are well prepared, and they're going to put very good scouting reports together. And so every night, your team needs to be ready mentally and physically, ready to go. And you can always expect New Orleans to be really scrappy. They're going to be very athletic, especially on the perimeter. And they did last night what they do. You know, they force turnovers, they score in transition. They do a nice job of getting the ball in the paint to score, whether they score it in the paint or they kick out to shooters. So, I mean, they did what they do. And they really, I thought, challenged us in a lot of different areas last night.
Well, now you fast forward to Nicholls, second conference game again before the new year. It's kind of this goofy schedule. You have the home game Wednesday. Now you're going on the road. So what are these next couple of days like for your team?
Well, it's a quick turnaround, but it's a quick turnaround for Nicholls as well. They probably drove back from Corpus last night. At least we were fortunate enough to sleep in our own beds last night. But it's a quick turnaround, and so you ask a lot of the team to kind of purge everything we just learned about New Orleans, and now it's time to focus on Nicholls. And I felt like even through our prep getting ready for New Orleans, our players were still like their brains are still on finals. They just taken the week before, and so we talked today about, hey, let's like move forward. Let's purge finals. You know, let's purge all of that information. Open up some room in your mind to really cognitively process what we're going to need to do to be successful against Nicholls on Saturday. And they're so well coached. Doobie does a really good job with them, and they've got quite a few like different people in the lineup right now. They've had some injuries, and obviously they graduated one of the best players in the Southland Conference in Barrios last year, and so it's a different team, but it's still they play Doobie style. They're going to be very aggressive in their matchup zone. They try to force turnovers in their press. They'll pick up full court the majority of the game after makes. And so, you know, our team just, you know, like I said, mentally and physically, we've got to have our minds right and embrace the scouting report and be ready to go into another battle on Saturday.
You're going to have one more non-conference game. That'll be on the 28th here against New Mexico State. But now with the extra two, you got 20 league games this year. And we've mentioned a couple of times how you have the two before Christmas. So how important would it be to start 2-0 before you get to 2020?
I really think it's critical to our team's success moving forward that we're able to do that. Go to Christmas break with another win would be, I think, relieve a little bit of pressure and help us enjoy the 3 days off that we have for Christmas. So it's very important to just the success of this season.
We're going to Thibodaux, Louisiana. Nicholls is ready for us, and the game will start at 1 o'clock down there on Saturday afternoon, 98.1 The Ticket. You can catch that game for the radio broadcast. And then, again, we have the home game after Christmas on December the 28th against New Mexico State. For Julie Goodenough, Zach Carlisle for ACUsports.com.